just okay. Assignment 4. So the question reads: as a business analyst, you will be using a database in some decision-making process at a company named Dynamic Healthcare Recruiting, DHL. Your task in this assignment is to create a database for DHL. The database should have two tables, the client table and the recruiter table. The database should be named DHL database. And then these are the instructions on how to go about creating the database. It says download the client table file, and the recruiter table file from module 4 and use the information in this file to create the respective table, the digital database. The titles for each of the columns should be used as the field names. Use the client number and the recruiter number as the primary keys for the client table and the recruiter table. Now, this right here just gives you what is known as the structure of a table, field names, and the data type. The data type is simply the type of data which is contained or held in a particular field. Okay, the two tables, that's the client table and the recruiter table, these are the field types. But then we're prompted to also have to go to the client to module 4 and download the client table file and the recruiter table file. So what I would do is, because once you click on module 4, this thing will be closed. So what I'm going to do is I'll copy this and paste it on a Word document because we're going to need this information. So I'm going to paste this on a Word document because we're going to need this information to put in place the structure to create the tables. And then once we've created the tables, we'll now pull up the other information to the other part to add information to. So we'll go back to advanced and then to module 4. Module 3, module 4 right here. The client table file, which was mentioned in the question, PDF file. So it contains information which should be entered in the client table. About the client. This is the client number, client name, the street, the city, the state, the postal code, amount paid, current due, recruiter number. Now, as we go to realize shortly, this here actually corresponds to the fields in the client table. Now let's go ahead and download the table. Which is the recruiter table. And this, of course, contains information which will go into the recruiter table. Okay. So right now we have this information which I copied from Canvas. This gives us a clue as to how the structure of each of the tables should look like. Again, we'll be creating two tables or designing two tables, the client table, and these are the fields which will go into the client table and the data types, and then the recruiter table, these are the fields going to it, and then this the data type. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull up Microsoft Office Access. So simply type Access. So Access 2013 is pulled up. I will click on that to launch Microsoft Office Access 2013. Once you get into this page, there are different options. You want to go with the blank database. Once you click on the blank database, you're prompted to give a file name. If you remember in the question, it was said that you should name the database the arrow database. So we'll go ahead and change the file name to HR database. Now, this right here gives you the link to the folder in which the database, which you're about to create, will be saved. In this case, it will be saved in my document. So if you don't want it saved in the default link, you can click on the folder icon to the right of the text box for the file name to navigate to the folder within which you want to save the database. If I don't want to save it here, I want to save it in some other location, I'll click on this folder icon and I should be able to navigate to some other folder. I'm just going to create a folder here, new, and I will name it summer 3, summer 3, that's for 2330. And then I will save the database in this folder. Hit OK. Once you are comfortable with the location where you want to save the database, you click on Create right here. Once you click on Create, Access, of course, create the database with a default table, table 1, as you can see here. And table 1 comes with a default field, the ID field. So what we need to do right now is to create the client table right here, which has all of these fields and the data types. In this instance, we are in what is known as the data sheet view. Each time you have to create a table or make modifications to the structure of a table in your database, you have to go to the design view. You're going to have to switch from the data sheet view, which is what we have right now, to the design view. To do that, I'll click on view to the top left corner on the screen. Select design view. Before I move into the design view, I'm prompted to give a table name. And the table name here should be what we have on this right here, client table. So I'll copy client and paste over here, or simply type client, whichever works for you. So that tells us we want to create the client table. Once we create the table name and click on OK, we'll move to the design view. This is your design view. And within the design view, you can specify the different field names and the different data types. And you can simply copy and paste or type, whichever works for you. Client number, I'll have that as the first field name. And if you go back to this sheet, the data type for client number is short text. Okay. Access gives you a drop-down menu for the different data types. So I simply come to the column for the data types, and that to activate the drop-down arrow. Click on the drop-down arrow and select short text. And then I move on to the next field, client name. Copy, you can type that works for you. Paste, after to copy and paste. Data type is still short text. The next field is grid. Copy and paste. Data type is still short text. The next field is city. Copy, paste. And data type, of course, is still short text. The next field is state. Again, you can copy and paste or type. State. Data type is still short text. Next field is postal code. Paste. Short text. Next field is amount paid. Copy, paste. And the data type for amount paid is currency. So I'll click on I will click on the drop-down arrow for the data types and select currency. Next is current due. Paste. And the data type for current due is also currency. Last but not the least is the recruiter number. space, and the data type is also short text. So what we've done now is created the client table, all of the fields, and the data type. And again, this is done in the design view. At this stage, we need to go ahead and populate our data, populate the client table. In other words, add information into the client table. And this is information we are required to add to the client table. To input information into any table in Access, you need to move back to the data sheet view. So go to view and click on data sheet. And you're prompted to save the changes you make to the table. You click here. So this is the client table in the data sheet view. The view which of course enables us to input the information or the records of the different clients. Now we're going to be working with this right here. The client number is CA35. So I'll go ahead and type CA35 on the tab key. Next is the clinic name, Alice Clinic. ALYS Clinic. Tab key, putting the next information street is 134 Central. 134 and next, the city. City is Berridge. BERRIDGE, if I'm not mistaken. Next is the state, and the state is Texas. Postal code 0330. 8030. Amount paid is 0. Current due is 17,500. 17,500. And the recruiter number is 11. That's it for the first record. So this is the record of the client with client number CA35, and that client is Ali City. So all of this right across going from the client number all the way to the recruiter number makes up what is known as the record for this particular client. And then we'll move on to the next client, HB73. Come right here. Client number will be HB73. And the client name is Broad Hospital. Hospital. The street is 415 Main. 415 Main. The city is I think the state is still Texas. Zip code is 80349. 80349. Amount due 29,200. 9,200. Current due is 0. Recruiter number is 11. So we're going to do that for all of these clients until we get to the last client, which in this case is LW76. Okay? Now, once we are done with the client table, now we need to proceed to the next table, which is the recruiter table. We will essentially repeat the process. We start by creating the table and putting in the table structure, field names, and the data type, and then, of course, move to adding the information. I will stop here because it's just a matter of it's just a repetition. All you need to do is repeat the same process to have all of the information in the client table. So let's assume that we are done with inputting information into the client table. We are done with all of the clients. I want to create the recruiter table. What you do is you go to create on the menu, click on create, and then click on table. If you can recall, we are where we were at the time we started to create the client table. So what you want to do at this stage is, because you're in the data sheet view for the default table one, you want to move to the design view. Click on view, click on design view, and then you're prompted to give a table name. And in this case, it is the recruiter table. You can copy the word recruiter and paste it, or simply type whichever works for you. And then hit OK. Once you hit OK, you're taken to the design view. And I forgot to mention that for the most part, the very first field is usually known as the primary key. And that's why you have the icon of a key or the image of a key besides this field here. So just as we did with the client table, we're going to copy the field names from this sheet here. The number, this, and the data type for the recruiter number is short text. Text will be last name. The next field is the last name. Copy. Paste. Data type is still short text. First name of the recruiter. Paste. Data type is also short text. Print. Copy. Paste. Data type is short text. City. Copy and paste. Data type is short text. State. Copy. Paste. Data type is short text. Postal code. Copy. Paste. Data type is short text. Rate. Copy. Paste. Let me see what the data type is number. And then the last field for the recruiter is the commission. And the data type is currency. So right now we're done with the structure of the recruiter table. And just as with the client table, in order for us to input information into the recruiter table, we need to move to the data sheet view. So again, I'll click on view, the top left corner, and then I'm prompted to save. I'll click yes. That takes me to the data sheet view. And then now I can go ahead and input this information to the client table. Recruiter number is 11. That's the recruiter number 11. Last name is Kerry. First name Alisa. Street is 261 pointer. 261 pointer. City Torrance, Texas. Whatever that is, I don't know. State is Texas. Zip code is 80416. Zip code is 80416. The rate is 0.1. If I'm not mistaken, not on this one. Commission is 17,600. Commission is 17. 17,600. Then we move on to the next. Now, if you look at the sheet which contains the information, the rate of cost for the recruiter number is 0.1. And when we went into the table and typed in 0.1 for the rate right here, is 0.1. When you switch to the next column, 0.1 doesn't stay in there. It disappears. And that is simply due to the format. So to fix this, we're going to go back to the design view, go to view, design view, and then click on rate. And then go down to the field properties right here. And then under field properties, you select field size. Click here to activate the drop down arrow. Click the drop down arrow and change the field size type to double. Once you do that, switch back to the data sheet view. Yes, to save. Now, any figure, any decimals you enter in here will maintain. So we have 0.1 as, of course, as it says in the information sheet. Let me go ahead and put in information for the second recruiter. Number is 14. Last name is Reeves. So I'll put in here 14. Last name Reeves. That's the right spelling. Yeah. First name is Camden. Grade is 3135 Brew. 3135 Brew. City is Denton. State is Texas. And the postal code is 0412. 0412. The rate is also 0.1. Commission is I think 19,000. And you simply have to repeat the same process for the remaining two recruiters. Recruiter number 17 and recruiter number 24.
Okay.
So once you are done with that, that will be the DHRO database with the two tables, the client table and the recruiter table. Any questions this far?
No, I got that. That was actually quite easier than I thought.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull up the completed one. I don't have one somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it is. But let me see if I can pull up one. I'll go to the document. Okay, this is one right here. Okay, so this is one which was completed. So that's all of the information about the client table. That's all of the information about the recruiter table. What I'm saying is once you put in all of this information, the client table, you're going to have something like this. And once you put in all of the information into the recruiter table, you have something like this. Let me see what the question, if there's any other thing needed, any other thing to be done with assignment 4.
Okay. And will I be able to turn these assignments in tonight?
Yes, they've all been opened. Opened assignments 4, 5, and 6. So
Okay.
So let's go back. Okay, it says yeah. So that's it. So once you're done with creating the database with the two tables, save the file. Actually, once you create a file in Access, it saves. All you need to do is just close it. Close here, close. close. Oh, sorry, I closed Canvas. I didn't mean to do that. And then, of course, you go to Canvas and upload it just as you upload any other assignment. Click on the submit link and then navigate to where the file is found and upload it. So that will be it for assignment 4. Let's move on to assignment 5. Where's your class? You are section 1. Semester summer 1. Assignment 5 right here. So it says, assignment 5 says, using the DHRO database you created in assignment 4, do the following. You're going to have to pull up the database you would have created in assignment 4 in order to complete assignment 5. Okay? Hello?
Yes.
Did you get that? What I'm saying is, to complete assignment 5, you need to use the database you have created for assignment 4.
Okay, so you saying so what you're saying is in order to do assignment 5, I had to do assignment 4 to do assignment 5, right?
Correct. Just to kind of give you some background, the way the assignments are set up, that is assignments 4, 5, and 6, they kind of simply take you through the process of creating a database and how to use the database. In assignment 4, what we did is in assignment 4, you create a database. In 5, you create some other objects or features within the database and also make use of the database. Then also you're still making use of the database. Okay?
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and do assignment 5. Since I have my database open, and I'm going to use this one. Yeah, I think the other approach the other one, that's fine. So this is my completed database, which of course was created when I was doing assignment 4. So I'll go ahead and use it to complete assignment 5. So I'll go back to Canvas and read the question. It says create a form which can be used to enter data into the client table. Name the form client. Now, a while ago, I said that when you design a table, you have to go back to the data sheet view in order to enter data. The problem with that, the only the problem or not inconvenience, the risk or problem with that is the fact that if you do anything, it can mess up the structure of the table. And so to avoid that, to avoid you finding yourself in a situation where the table is damaged or corrupted or something of the sort, you use another interface to enter data into the table, and that interface is the form. The form is also referred to as one of the objects within the database. So go ahead and create a form that can be used to enter data into the client table. So pull up database. Because we want to create a form which can be used to enter data into the client table, we want to make sure that the client table is open, as in this case. And then you go to the menu and click on create. And then you select form right here. Okay? Click on form. You click on form, it automatically picks up the client table. That is because your client table was open. You realize that? Okay. And so with this form, oh no, this is not the right form. This is not the right form because with this we are not able to enter data. It's not the right form. Sorry about that. I'm going to delete it here. I want to delete. You want no. Create. Let's go with this other. No, we have to do form design. Sorry about create, and we'll do form design. I'm not getting it. It's just a minute. I mean, let me close the field list, close the table. Okay. I don't want to go through the wizard. Give me the option. Okay, yeah, yeah. This is fine. This is correct. I was looking for something else. So see, this is the form for the client table, and if you want to add a new record, you simply click on this. You see where I'm placing my mouse? Do you see this?
Yes.
It says new blank record. If I want to enter a new record, I want to input a new record into this form. I input new data. I simply click on new blank, and then I can put in new information, client number, client name, and if I need to view information, just click on the forward and backward arrows. Um, so that should be it for the client form. Now, if you click on this, you'll be prompted to save changes. You click yes, and then just delete table and leave the name as client. That'll be your client form. So you're done with the first part of question 5. Assignment 5. The second part is create a query which displays all the clients in cities which begin with the letter B. One of the ways of retrieving information from databases is by querying the database, and that's what this question is all about. So we need to be able to want to have an idea of um, clients which are located in cities which begin with the letter B. We want to retrieve that information from our database. And the question proceeds by saying use the client number, client last name, and city fields in your query. One of the one of the conditions of successfully creating queries is a knowledge of your database. In other words, you need to know the different tables you have in your database and the different fields within each of these tables. What that does is it makes it easy for you to decide on which table to use when creating queries. And so um, the way you go about determining the table that you're going to use in your query is by looking at the field names stated in the query. In this particular query, you want us to use the client number, client last name, and city field. And knowledge of our database will let us know that these fields are from the client table. Okay? So we'll go back to the database, click on create, and right now I want to create a query. We'll use the query wizard. No, not this one. Query design, sorry. Query design. And because from the question that's question 2, we have determined that we need to use the client, we need to retrieve the information from the client table. We'll select the client table. So you see this window here. There are 2 tables within the database. So we'll go with the client table. Simply click on add. That adds the client table to the design grid for the query. And then you close that. You go back to the question and look at the fields which are stated in the question. This is the client number, client last name, and city fields in your query. I'll go back here, select my client number, double click, client name, and the city fields. Now, another way you can select the fields is you go click within the design grid and click on the drop down arrow. But we did that already. And the criteria specified in this question is that we want clients in cities which begin with the letter B. So go back to the query And then under the city field, which is right here, in the criteria row, the criteria to the left here, are you seeing this, the criteria or the word?
Mhm.
Yeah. So in the criteria row under the city field, we're going to type the word, no, the letter B in what? Single quotation marks open, uppercase B, single quotation marks close. And then you can click on either run or view. No, hold on. Let me go back to my design view. I should move the quotation marks. See, why am I not getting that? Mm, Create which displays all cities would begin with the letter B. And this is the city field. Run. Why is it not displaying the cities? Let me do like no. Um, if we run it as it is, it's going to display to us all of the cities, but we're interested in what to do with the letter B. This is criteria, I mean criteria row. Um, okay. So you have to put B, F, B, uppercase, and asterisk.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Or you can type if you prefer. So you can do it that way. That will
Mhm.
give you all of the cities beginning with the letter B. Or the other way to it, you can do like just as it is, like double quotation marks open, letter B, double quotation marks close, whichever works for you. Just stick. You should stick with the B and asterisk.
Okay.
B asterisk. Run, and then of course, you should name the query. Where's the name? Okay, it says name the query B city. Or the easiest way to name a query is just to close it. Once you close the query, you'll be prompted to um, save changes, hit yes. Once you hit yes, the window pops up, prompting you to name the query. And you can go ahead and put in the name in the question right here and click on OK. The query is now on the navigation page. And then you move on to the next question. Again, you're required to create a query. And create a query which displays all the clients in cities with the postal code 80330. And the question specifies the fields. Use the client number, client last name, postal code field. So it's similar to the first to question 2. The only difference is here we're dealing with the client number, last name, and the postal code. Whereas in 2, we're dealing with the number, the last name, and the city field. Okay?
Mhm.
Well, let me go ahead and do 3, and then you can then do 4 and 5 because 4 and 5 are similar also. So I'll show you how to do 3. Again, 3 is, all of them are similar actually. Each instance you're able to create queries with different fields. So for 3, I'll go to create. Where's my query design? Again, I'm still dealing with the client table. So if I click on add, and then the fields in the question are client number, client last name, and postal code. So I'll go with client number, name, postal code. And they want the question, the information they're interested in is clients in cities with the postal code 800. Since it's a number, let me see. Right here, under within the criteria row under postal code, put in the postal code which is specified in the query, which is the 80330, and click on run. So these are the clients residing in this postal code, just the client. Of course, it says, put out the client to the postal code 80330, write their name. Look at this and type that out. Here in the Word document also. I'm looking for the name, create which displays, use the client number in your query, in the query zip code. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So the query, the name for the query is zip code. And again, to give it a name, the easiest way is to close. So when you click on yes, you're prompted to give the query name and hit OK. And questions 4, 5 are similar to 2 and 3. Okay.
Okay.
So once you are done with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again you close your database and then go to the assignment link in the Canvas and upload the entire database. You cannot upload this. You cannot upload this individually because they are part of the database. So you're going to have to upload the entire database within which the tables, the queries, and the forms are found.
Okay.
Let's proceed to assignment 6. In assignment 6, we'll be creating reports. Reports are another form of making the information which is within the database available to stakeholders, to people who want to kind of take a closer look at the report. And that the information I need to see. And usually it's possible to print the report. Reports are created just in a similar pattern as you create a query or form. Instead of clicking on the form or the query, you click on the report instead. So
for us,
yes, go ahead.
So for assignment 5 and 6 is based off of assignment 4. So all the information that's
Correct.
in 5 and 6 will
Correct.
be in. Okay.
Yes. Again, you're using the same database, and so one of the reasons of having databases in place is such that we have information, which of course resides in within the database, and we can always access that information and retrieve what it is that we need. And for the most part, in a business setting, you use information in order to make an informed decision. And performing queries or creating reports are all measures or ways in which we go about retrieving information from the database. As I said a while ago, in assignment 4, all we did was create the database. In assignment 5 and 6, we're looking at how to make use of the database, how to retrieve information from the database, and use that to make some decisions or make some adjustments in the way we are conducting business. So we've looked at how to create forms, we've looked at how to create queries. In assignment 6, we're going to look at how to create reports. So assignment 6 says using the DHR database we created in assignment 4 is the following. Create a report which displays the client number, client name, street, postal code, amount paid, current due field. A knowledge of your database will, of course, tell you that all of these fields are found within the client table. So that tells you that the very first the report will be creating for number one should be a report based on the client table. I'm going to go ahead to my database. Mine is open. If, of course, if you are close your database, you simply open it. I'll go to create and then go to report. I don't know this. Even though this displays all of them, wait, you can go with this. But let's use another format. The report wizard is you want no. Create report wizard. Okay, and within the report wizard, you have the option to select the table. We'll determine that we'll be using the client table, and these are the fields. Let me see which are the fields. Client number, client name, street, city, state, postal code, amount paid, current due. It looks like all of the fields. The client number, client name, street, city, state, postal code. So it's all of the fields. And because I'm going to will be using all of the fields, I'll click on the double arrow. Now, if you're going to select fields individually, you click on the single arrow like that, one at a time. So what it does is it gives you the ability to select the fields from the client table which you want displayed in your report. You click on next. This right here gives you an idea of the fields, of course, which you selected. And then we click on next. In this window, you're given the opportunity to put in place the sort order. If the sort order is not specified by default, it is ascending. It is your information will be in an ascending order. But if the sort order is specified, then of course you change it. And in this case, it wasn't specified, so you simply click on next. The next window, you are prompted to select the layout. These are predefined layout forms. Again, since none of it was specified in the question, you don't need to bother about it. And there's also the orientation, portrait or landscape. Again, since this wasn't specified in the question, you don't need to bother about that. And then you simply click on next. And right here, you're prompted to you're prompted. No, you're not. No. Right here, there's an option for you to preview the report. So you click on finish. And then this, of course, displays the report to you. So this will be a printout of the information found in the client table, and of course, it's a report. And the question states that you name the report. The report should have a stated client information report. So this is the name we're going to give to the report. Copy. And to name the report again, one of the easiest ways of doing it is out of closing. What's that point? Okay, it picked up the name client table, so I'm going to have to change it. So right click on the report and click on rename. And then, of course, you can put in the name which was specified in the question. Client information report. So we can move on to the next question for assignment 6. It says the management at the HR company would like to have a report which displays the total amount, which is the amount paid plus current due for each client. Grand total for amount paid, current due, and total amount. Create a report which includes the client number, client name, amount paid, current due, the total number paid. Use the totals button on the design tab to determine the total amount. So again, we're still dealing with the client table. and we'll be dealing with all of the fields in the client table. But this time around, our report should have the total amount. We're going to go to create. Where's the report? Report wizard. So let's go to, no, not this guy. Report wizard. Create. Report wizard. In the client table, we're interested in all of the fields. I'm just going to click on finish because we don't need to make any modifications. At this stage, you have to go to what is known as the design view right here. And then look for the amount paid. Here's the amount paid. This is the amount paid. Click on the amount paid. And then you see totals here?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that total. And you want sum. We'll display the sum up for the amount paid right here. And again, this is how you do this in the design view. Next is the current due. You click on the current due and also click on the summation button. Click on sum. You have the sum for the amount due right here. So once you're done, you go back to the data sheet. Sorry. You see that for the amount paid, we have the total here. And then for the amount due or the current due, these are the totals. So this is the total. And of course, once you're done with that, look for the name. I'm not sure if the question specifies the file name. If no file name is specified, as in this case, you may just want to leave it as is. And then close. Here to save. And then, of course, you're done with assignment 6, and you upload it to the assignment 6 link. Any questions?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yes, it's once that I actually see how to do it, that it seems so much easier. It didn't seem hard. It seemed hard without anybody in front of me to help. But now that I'm looking at it, it's actually easier than I thought.
Okay.
So
go ahead
yes,
and complete all of this and upload them to Canvas. And once you're in, go in and post your code.
Okay. And so you said I should be you said I should be I should upload I should be able to upload these by tonight.
Yeah, yes, they're all open. They're all open.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
I said bye-bye.
That's I think that's all that all the help that I needed with. I didn't know if you had reopened test 2.
Yeah, they are open. Test 2 and quiz 3. No, yeah, test 2 and quiz 3. Yes, they are open.
Okay. Cause I tried to take it over. It just kept giving me that same screen.
Yeah, the thing in the morning, I confused your class with the summer 3 class, so I went and did it in summer 3 instead. So when I got the last email you sent, I went back and checked. So they are open now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you have
Okay, and
any other concerns, feel free to send me an email.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again, sir?
I was saying that if you have any other concerns or issues, you should feel free to send me an email.
Okay, yes, sir. I really do appreciate your help. I really do.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right, thank you. Bye bye.